Well, we said going into it, it was going to be a fast burst fire game with these compositions that we saw. And that going in the way of Passion Project over on Split to kick things off, putting them up in the series up against Decimate. Honestly, I just have to say, just to start things off here, Shift, I'm loving the look that we're seeing coming out from Passion Project. This is the team that I want to see really be stepping up. I love this.
Yeah, I mean, offensively, they really impressed us in what we've seen from them so far throughout this bracket, but this was different. And I think a lot of it, you know, you have to give credit to pardon me, I was gonna say PowerPixel as well for starting things off. But I think for Passion Project, they were just breaking down DCM setups in like the weirdest of ways to where DCM could never try to re-aggress with good timing. It just felt like every single time a spike set had been opened up, all of the retake attempts were just kind of mismanaged, not quite peaking on different angles together, just a couple of slight mistimes between how we're hitting and when we're hitting that led to this really dominant offensive half to where only one round got away. And the other side of that comes down to the simple fact of the matter that for PP, Passion Project, they are one of the best teams so far throughout Game Changers in winning at an eco advantage. So you take a look at that yellow line, it stays flatlined at nearly fully maxed for a long period of time through that first half. So again, just goes to show that when they get an advantage, they don't often lose it.
Graphs. I don't know why I look at this and I think of a dinosaur. I don't know why, but that's what I see. This game, should I talk about the game? I don't know.
I honestly, I love the dinosaur analysis. Honestly, there's some good stuff there. Hard hitting.
No, looking at the progression of Passion Project over the last few days, it kind of feels like one player starts to pop off every day. Like they're adding on, stacking on top of each other, and it's starting to look scary. I'm not gonna lie. Like the way that we're going into this, now PowerPixel's online. Yesterday it was Jazzy turning up, Unstable turning up. Now all three are doing really good things. So yeah, I'm excited for the future for this team. They're looking real good, and I honestly think that this series might be pretty fast, depending on what we see from them coming on threes, since we haven't seen that from them yet.
I love too that it is PowerPixel that we're seeing pop off here, because PowerPixel was the latest addition to the team, of course, being added right before we got into the main event. So the fact that we're seeing a different player kind of each day pop off, and we are seeing that PowerPixel's quite well adjusting into this roster and having these step-up moment shift, I think is actually so promising for everybody involved.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that gets compounded when you throw in the fact that it's Breach on Split with, you know, no Vipers, so you kind of have to rely a lot on your initiators to find success, and 19 and 10 with the 9 assists is beautiful. It's exactly what you want out of that particular role. And not to kind of downplay, I mean, Rise also had a decent map overall, but you could definitely feel the presence of the Breach on the map from the side of Passion Project.
Yeah, it kind of felt like almost every stun was hitting from PowerPixel coming out there. Yeah, and we heard Jazzy talk about how impactful them coming into the team has been. And we kind of saw that impact back on EG last year. Now we're seeing it again here. And we're seeing, I think, more elements of the team get more comfortable. And I think PowerPixel is the biggest one there. Outside of being vocal with the team, which we heard Jazzy talk about yesterday, creating moments like this, right? This 3v4 that just went on. These sorts of things are really, really, really hard to come back from mentally when you don't know what's going on the map. If you're Decimate here, look how careful they are, cautious they are. They give up so much space because of the lurks going on site from PowerPixel and in middle from Jazzykin. So there's a lot of dangerous things that Decimate just weren't able to address throughout the map. And this was situations that I think happened over and over. Look how easily they're able to just play with the post point here. And it was, what, 10 out of 10 post point wins for Passion Project? So yeah, I mean, that's just an example of them where it was a disadvantaged situation.
It's definitely tough too when we're looking at the teams on that first map, and Passion Project, they stepped up so much that it was even hard just for Decimate to find that opening. But I'm intrigued going on in the series if we get to see maybe a little bit of that on the reverse, because we did not know what to expect coming out from Decimate over on Split. And now it is completely flipped. Going over to Breeze, Decimate's pick here shift. This is something where we don't really know where Passion Project lies.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of results to look back upon. Obviously, nothing recently throughout this Game Changer series, so it's going to be hard to kind of get an evaluation on what they're going to prefer to run, even compositionally. But at least the thing we can kind of look at towards for Decimate to try to get this to map number 3 is that we expect that Zan's gonna have a better map here. I just flat out just never really felt like Zan had a lot of opportunity to really make plays, just outside of trying to force first bloods and get into the mix early. It didn't quite work out. But on a map like Breeze, there's a lot more freedom for the Jet to kind of burst around the map, following up on whatever information that Misu can lightly grab. So looking at the comps, yeah, they're essentially, they're exactly mirror matchup. So it'll be interesting, I think, to see kind of just how the weight of the rosters play these roles simultaneously against one another goes.
Yeah, I honestly think that if your passion project and the coaching staff that's involved as well, you're kind of expecting this out of Decimate. This isn't a team that's been going for too much off-meta stuff or unique agent picks like on the Yor or anything like that. Like, they have it on binds, but for the most part, they're running the bog standard stuff. And we just saw that, like, mirror from them on Split. So, I mean, here it is again. So this is going to be interesting. I think you're absolutely right about Zen being able to come online. You saw the presence of their op yesterday. I think Split's one that's a little bit more difficult when you're running the bullet rays on that map, especially without, some aggressive tendencies on the attack side and not really that much chance to play the attack side in the first place. So yeah, I'm curious to see if Zen will step up in this game, and I think it's the player to watch if Decimate want a chance at this.
Well, you definitely need to step up sooner rather than later, because this is the lower bracket, so elimination on the line for Decimate as we head into Breeze. Let's see if they can take it to a map 3, or if this is going to be Passion Project closing this out. And to take you through that, well, we have Ender and Mimi on the other end.
Thanks very much, Sierra. Yes, Decimate have a tough task ahead of them. As the desk was mentioning, seemingly everyone on Passion Project is stepping up and having insane maps, an insane tournament individually. And now we're on the map that is, in some ways, the most reliant on those heroics.
Yeah, Breeze, the crazy jet map. The desk was talking about it. Although I will say, we have yet to see Passion Project play this map of Breeze. Decimate, we saw it against Shopify Rebellion. They got 5 rounds, which... it is a loss, but also you got 5 rounds against Shopify Rebellion, so no one's ever truly unhappy about that. So this will be a bit of a test here, first time seeing this in the hands of Passion Project.
I feel like you can be pretty unhappy unless you get 13, but
against Shopify Rebellion...
sure. Okay.
You got one.
Pistol rounds underway here. It's going to be a fight towards B main. And it's Zan queued up on the Jet. Flash primed, swing around the corner, and Zan out of it. Misu, though, beautiful trades, finds 3 for their troubles.
Absolutely gorgeous right there. Passion Project are quick on the rotate, so Lazy Line's going to try to do something, but well done from Carry. Instantly deals with that one. Misu, an absolute hero, swinging out from window. It was a little bit delayed there, but it seemed like Passion Project maybe stuck around too long in that opening after they were already trying to escape unstable from that angle. So, yeah, Sabui is able to get 1, and there's a few players on low HP. This is not impossible.
Carries in an isolated position. And I'm almost late, but they're in time to find the shot. So Decimate win a pistol round off of some heroics of their own.
Again, big shout out to Misu coming out from that window position. That's usually how you need to stop any early B main aggression. You have a late swing from window. That's why Passion Project had 2 players actually holding unstable on that piece, but they weren't able to quite find those shots. Misu does some good work there. So it's actually a pretty sweet buy coming into the second round from Decimate. Having 4 pretty solid long-range rifles here is going to give them a solid chance in round number 4. There's also only the single share from Jazzykin. Sometimes you see some more aggressive buys on Breeze in a round 2, but I think ever since the introduction of the Outlaw, that has become exceptionally risky to do.
Especially when you're on defense and you can't get that extra plant money. It's always a little harder to justify.
Because the risk isn't losing the round 2 because you bought Sheriffs. It's only being able to have light armor in round 3 because you spent those 800 creds. So not a ton of teams want to take that risk.
My camera is destroyed.
Except for Jazzy. Seemingly always will. At least buy herself that share, give herself a chance.
In her defense, though, she should never be taking these like wide swing fights where you're going to run into a potential Outlaw in a round 3 because she's on the Cypher.
Except that she's pushing down mid.
Whoa!
Okay.
In and out.
Zan's gone for a ride. And
I didn't realize Zan was playing Tracer.
Yeah, unfortunately, the amusement park ride not up to safety standards. She's dead, and Lazy Lion has gotten 1 kill, a dink, and here's that flank. Jazzy finds 1, adjusts around, and gets the second shot as well. They had 1 sheriff.
So that's we in the business like to call that not good. That's a problem here, folks. Yes. How does that even happen? Obviously we have the fast reflank, but I think a Lazy Lion getting
I mean, that
this
first kill was just off the trip. And the trip stalled enough for the reflank to come through. And then these players on the site just, like, hit the nat 20 on the right-click RNG.
Seriously, I think unstable repositioning to get up close on that box backside was also pivotal on that one. Shrinking the range of which they have to actually take that fight. And that is pretty devastating now for Decimate.
Yeah, nice little flash dart combo into mid there. Shows 3 players. Power Pixel ready to throw down one of their one of their mollies, that is, to stall. So a reposition for Decimate over towards B.
Yeah, a bit of a fake split wall into that A site. We had Carrie and Misu running over towards B for a long time now. Jazzican's backside running into some problems as Zan takes her down.
Surely we don't have back-to-back ecos, right? We have a post plant and Hunter's Fury, but Zan has been taken away from this round by Lazy Lion.
This mid play from Emluo could be everything here if she's able to find someone, but Unstable's really taking their time in vents. They have not come out, but now they do. What is that timing? Just hiding behind that little pillar in the middle. Now they try to clear into mid, and Emluo a little bit too low HP to continue out into that fight.
Emluo actually just taking the swing and continuing to go. That's 1 for 1. Power Pixel has backside control, and Rise is dealt with. But look at the time. It's so low. They have Hunter's Fury. This is winnable. Misu gets Power Pixel off, and they just can't win it. Back-to-back ecos. And, I mean, Passion Projects, you have to ask, what were they doing there? Just let that timer tick away completely, even if they didn't get stalled at all. I don't think they even left themselves enough time to win that.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused. I think, well, first of all, shout out Misu for getting the Red Bull clutch there, getting the player off of the spike, but I believe what happened was Unstable took so long going into mid, but also Subui used that full Viper wall, the full gas duration while Decimate were going for the hit, so they were waiting for a bigger wall cycle, is what I want to say, is how that time ended up falling out.
They also had players through mid.
Yeah.
Didn't really need the wall. Just a weird situation there. Probably just waiting for maybe the recharge on a piece of utility, something along those lines, but that's for them to talk about later. For now, they've lost around, they shouldn't, but they still have money to work with here. Operator up for Unstable.
Unstable just playing that Hull's position, although Zan for a second looked like she wanted to challenge into that line. Little do Decimate know that Hulls is now actually a bit of a gap. Lazy Lion should end up picking that up and Vent's position. All the time, that's the Sova duty on this map, float between the two. The Jet Up needs to activate. It's going to start out with Power Pixel finding a shot. Unstable looking for their chance to peek on through the wall, but Emluo just destroys them.
Yeah, clean stuff out of the Viper. Subui playing around the pyramid here, has nice support from the backlines there off Power Pixel, but Harry's found a couple. Now that Viper comes into play. Misu cuts into a 1v1. Jazzy finds the shot, however. Only 1 HP. That's all she needs. What are these rounds?
I don't know.
I think they're breeze. I think to answer my own question, they're breeze, where we are slowly fighting out, and once both Vipers run out of wall cycles, it's just a 4v4 gunfight on the side.
Yeah, it's completely open sight lines. There's 1 million different angles you can be swung or swing from. And sometimes you just get shot in the back of the head, and you have to accept that. Round 5, so clearly it's now Decimate's time to win another eco here.
Yeah.
Actually, the buy from Passion Project is a bit dire.
They're
Obviously,
fighting
they're in a better spot, but 2 Outlaws is crazy.
I kind of mess with it on the anti-eco. You can also
Oh yeah, Mimi, I mess with it too.
Okay. What is that supposed to mean?
What were you trying to? What did you mean?
I was saying I
don't know.
like it. I'm
You
pro
like it,
outlaw
yeah.
and
Yeah,
anti-eco.
yeah.
Also on breeze.
I mess with it too. That's a normal phrase that I use in my everyday life.
Wait, you actually think that's an unusual phrase?
I've heard other variations on the phrase that might be a bit more popular these days.
I've
Don't
heard
worry
mess
about
with
it.
it
Okay.
quite often.
Look at that outlaw. Zan doesn't mess with it.
No.
She gets messed with.
Okay.
She's a mess.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. Messy, messy, messy. Let's move on.
That's the crew owner guy. Not a real factor in this game.
That's the only
Decimate are
thing
going to
he's
get the
known
plant
for.
here. Most surprising, and they're going to pit. No,
Why not? It's their eco to win.
not another eco. Jazzy's alone here. Walking into the site, has a 1v1 against
She's the
Misu.
only real rifle.
Yeah, and backs away. And everyone else is retaking
Oh,
the Guardian or an Outlaw. Oh, I might not mess with it anymore. Double Outlaw retake. Sabui has a fight against Misu, wins that one, needs a second on Rise, and gets that job done. But there's still a pit up. There's still problems. Timer is ticking. Carrie has the late round win on this one if she can wait for it, but the opportunity not given. Got scary, but it's a round for Passion Project.
Scary for you. I never once doubted Passion Project's ability to win that anti-eco.
Okay.
I doubted
Okay.
them the whole way.
Yeah.
The second Jazzy Kids lost the Vandal, I was like, oh, this is not good.
When you realize it's double Outlaw, double Guardian retake into a Viper's pit.
Yeah.
And then they win the round.
Whew.
Okay.
All right, we get to call a timeout. The heart palpitations can stop. It's all good. Still a couple Outlaws carried over here, although I do believe Decimate have majority heavy armor, so not too punishing, you would imagine, on this one. But I think, yeah, those Outlaws just being 2 body shots versus light armor below, not too difficult to secure that last round win. Interesting to actually see, though, in the first 5 rounds, it's the 2 Jets that haven't really woken up. That will change. Don't worry, team. It's been a bit unlucky, I would say. Probably because our Jets have been getting hit by Cypher tripwires, getting pulled back before they actually dashed onto the site. And Stable's been getting overloaded with some util too, so that'll equalize.
Literally getting held back a grade in main. Hate to see it for a Jet player.
But you know what? It means they're going to be taller, faster, stronger, smarter in the next round, the next grade.
That's true. Important round coming up here. Both teams are going to have a bye into this one. And for Passion Project, their economy, not in the best of positions. But neither is Decimate's. Some big ults for both sides.
It's really nice for Unstable that one of the few light armors on the other side is Zan. Zan, the one that wants to be taking the early contact. So that Outlaw in the Jet v Jet is an operator for Unstable. And that fight might come sooner than you think. Up into elbow here, but no, it's actually Emluo taking first contact, down to 10 HP. And see, that's so important. It's actually, it's usually a mistake that Viper would be swinging there before Jet, but it's important in that situation that Emluo goes first, because she's not one-shottable, whereas Zan absolutely would have been. So a big win to open the round.
Nice micro from Decimate to be able to get that opener. Now they'll reset and take space in mid. Drone up. Power Pixel was spotted over towards A. And actually saving the drone for now. Maybe looking to convert this into an ace, but with the Viper being called back to mid.
There could be some problems here if Decimate take too long. Hunter's Fury still an option for Lazy Lion, so if they work themselves into a lane, they could run into some issues, but the ultimate is dropped. Zan dashing quickly into the site. Player backside, but Hunter's Fury now online as Power Pixel just locks them down into that double door area. The swarm is on the way, and Sabui comes around from doors. Shooting Misu in the back, and it's still Power Pixel on site. Sabui absolutely dominant into mid, and we're into a 2-on-2.
Molly Shocks coming in. The combo is lovely. Passion Project. All right. The reactions in that round were so nice. The second that split starts to come through, there's players reflanking through mid, and in the late rounds, even taking the time to calm and set up those combos. Really lovely stuff.
Yeah, I think the Hunter's Fury also did some pretty good work at separating the 2 or 3 players of Decimate that were entering into site, and then the stragglers left behind, and that's what allowed the time for Passion Project to get those rotates through mid and pincer them straight in the back. Very nicely done, and that was yet another swing round. Decimate down to just about nothing, and it's full light armor versus Unstable's Outlaw again.
Get out of my way!
Get out of my way.
No.
Oh, okay. My bad. Get out of Zan's way.
Yeah, they'll do that maybe. Decimate are gonna get out of that A main and re-rotate into mid. They've loved these kind of late round mid re-clears with the Sova Dart, but for the most part, Passion Project hasn't been too heavily contesting that space.
Yeah, I think Decimate are remembering that round just a second ago where Unstable walked up into elbow and was posted there. what that dart is all about. And now it's actually a drone from Lazy Lion to re-clear back into that space too. This time, Decimate players are seen though, and that's going to put Passion Project on high alert, especially Jazzykins, just tucked away on half wall on site.
Cyphercan will be the first bit of contact, and it's broken. Zan dashes in. Still trips on this site. Dangerous if Zan can get caught, but Jazzy for now just lurking, waiting behind her teammates. Wall flash, upswing, through in the open, seemingly unpunished, and now activated for her kill. Rises decayed down, but Jazzy is overloaded by players in her crosshairs. Sable on the flank though. Well timed, and the Outlaw gets them both.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice to close it out from
That was
Unstable.
like an Outlaw trailer round.
Yeah, you put that in the montage. We're selling the skins. All the skins. Not too many Outlaw skins yet.
I think just
right?
the default ones. Anyways, a really nice round there from Passion Project. I think we've seen so much value come from this Flood retake wall, the old Shroud wall.
Oh, yeah.
That, it seems like everyone is throwing these days on Breeze.
It's just annoying because you throw it up during the take, and it gives that funky position for Jazzykins to play. It also gives you free ability to play behind it as Cypher and spam for your trips through it, so you don't have to place funky cages on site to give you coverage. If you are Jazzykins. But it also means it's harder for attackers to get backside control, and then even if they do, you can isolate those backside players.
Fight into mid, Unstable. Oh, the
Wall
dart
hacks.
connects onto Rise.
Cheater detected.
I mean, literally. But with the help of her teammate instead now, Unstable's going to keep going for this. They have another chance, but this time it's taken away from them. Zan, the one to get the kill, and Misu joins in that as well. So suddenly, the advantage slips, and Jazzy, she's not looking. Wrong direction. Carry works through mid, finds her. Pressure on Lazy Lion on this side. They are all alone, but they hear footsteps all around them. Chance taken. That's one kill. Need a little bit more, and can't get that job done. Down to Sabui. Has been clutched before, and into the 1v2 now. Making noise. Fully aware her opposition is of her location. Can she find the advantage? Screen dropping. Swing towards the backside. It was a lineup, but Emluo is too swift.
Oh, wow. Every round is a nail-biter here. It's really, really fun. I gotta shout out Decimate's sort of back and forth there in mid, peeking into double doors after getting, deleted at the start of the round. And by getting those 2 kills on A site through double doors, you then have those B players getting a little bit loose, not fully holding into their tunnel position. They thought maybe a little bit more was going down into A main. We're trying to make sure there wasn't a lurk or something. Jazzykin falls a victim to that. So good mid-rounding from the side of Decimate. It looks like a bit of mid-control for both sides here. Unstable going up and over with the knives. And it's Zan straight into the site. Gets straight past those knives. Gets the initial opener. Unstable quick to come in and trade, but can't make it happen. Zan has 2 now and isn't looking to slow down anytime soon.
Decimating is, they're just running around the map, and they are killing everybody. Zan for 3 on this round. The confidence is flowing. Jazzykins is spotted. It's a 1v5, and this round, it's over. What lovely shooting from Zan.
Okay, mid is now a problem zone for Passion Project. How can they solve that? That is twice in a row now. A little bit of quick pace is just blown open into the A site. The A defenders not feeling so comfortable taking that line into double doors. A little bit exposed in a lot of those positions when you're trying to play on the pyramid, so can definitely understand that, but I think Decimate have sort of avoided a lot of Sabui here and just attacked into wherever Unstable's trying to take these fights.
Coach Joe gonna punch the timeout button and try and find that solution for Passion Project. In the early rounds, their biggest success point was being able to play very heavy on these sites and kind of set PowerPixel's util up to support their teammates and flood back into these sites. Thus far, mid, like you're mentioning, has been that big issue. So what's the adjustment? Do you go for something faster, try and push, take into mid? Do you concede that space more, try and play further back on sites? There has to be some kind of change up.
Yeah, I think they're not so concerned about the super fast double doors aggression. I think that round was a very quick dash in, but Decimate very unlikely to run that back a second round in a row. I do think Unstable creeping down into mid can be effective for them. It was just that time the pace of Decimate caught them completely off guard. The other option is to attack into either B main or A main a little more aggressively, right? If the attackers are overloading and putting 2, 3, 4 players into mid at the start of the round, You can afford to give up tunnel or give up double doors as long as you have full control over cave, over B main. And if you can do that, especially with cave, you can almost play your retakes like you're attacking into the A site.
This round, it is more proactive to start mid for Passion Project. They sense an envoy down elbow. The delegation sees nothing, so they'll rotate back towards A. That's where Decimate is headed.
Passion Project's fully reading with this stack over here. A little bit slow, but Decimate also not committing in. Just Power Pixel locking down the KO ult is enough to stop them. No wall means no go.
They're actually heading towards halls. New feature of the map. We're going to see a brawl in it. Lazy Lion at range. Those shots are critical. They give the advantage over to Passion Project. And Zan still trying to stand her grounds, but the rest of her team gone from this one. They'll head back towards A main, and Zan is damaged, but still gets the shot across. Sabui on the trade, though, is good. Advantage stays with Passion Project for now.
Decimate trying to regroup back over into main. Nice shot from Emluo, but Sabui taking this forward spot is so unexpected. Not a ton of duration on that orb, but it's enough to get into the close corner.
30 seconds left.
Zan
Last player
on
standing.
the swing, and
enemy remaining.
the aim is so precise.
Spike
1v1 though.
down A.
Lazy Lion on 40 HP. Zan on 3.
They're both one shot to body, but Lazy Lion has a shock dart. That is a guaranteed kill against Zan. And she doesn't want to plant the spike. She knows the shot could come in any moment.
Seconds left.
It does, but she dodges it out, hoping against hope for the fight. Now the Hunter's Fury to scout out. The clock is ticking. No chance for a plant, but Zan around the side gets her third and secures the round for Decimate.
Zan has been electric this map.
Need a drop.
Round after round. When put in these clutch situations, when put in these situations where she has no business getting the job done, she continues to do it. 3 HP in this round, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, clearing the close corner there, insane. Just
It's
a
a
shoulder
one-tap
there.
also.
Yeah, but also like making the choice to not stick the plant. She had 25 seconds, but knew the util on the other side and said she would rather play for a kill than get destroyed by some Sova utility, which, you know what? That is a Giga Chad maneuver if I've ever seen one.
Beautiful work. Passion Project on an eco here. The first time this series that they have been on the back foot.
Right now, Zan with that operator is holding halls, and whenever you see an attacking jet take the op, it means a much slower pace round. But don't be shocked in about 20 seconds time, 30 seconds, if Zan ends up popping the knives. She's got money to buy next round, so you have the op and knives. It gives you the ability to play slow, play for that pick with the operator, but also heat up whenever you want. And the jet through halls, you know, opening doors, smoking top yellow, dashing on in, was a good play in the past. This time not going to need it as Misu gets a good shot and dodges on out of there just with 12 HP, but I do think this play ends up going into maybe an A triple split with halls, with double doors, with main. The only decision from Zan is, do you just post up for a pick or actually look to open the door? And right now it's pick central. There's that door.
30 seconds left.
But with 30 seconds left, here comes the rotation. Decimate.
Fake!
Yeah, they're changing it up. Honestly, I love it. Round 11, after constantly going for these hard hits, go for a fake, and Unstable just walks into their death.
Decimate have called some of the sickest rounds. These A fakes are so good. The timing's
10 seconds
completely
left.
unexpected. You can see Passion Project biting on it every single time. Now the Viper's Pit they have to work through as well. In a 3-on-5 with Sheriffs, yeah, good luck.
The calling has just been sublime thus far, and carry in mid with Zan on the knives. There's no way you can get past him. Flawless on the anti-eco for Decimate.
But literally, I think the knives there does a better job of convincing you of that A split than any Viper wall would, right? As soon as you have the knives and the door opening, the smoke there, like, you just anticipate that it is going to be A. Jazzykins leaves the site, and then, of course, they're winning all their fights, too. This is a very rejuvenating. This is a second half of split Decimate, you know, that's battling with Passion Project neck and neck.
They absolutely are. Last round and a half now. Op on both sides. It's
Two
going to be
ops.
another attempt to fight into mid.
Misu had an op as well that she dropped. Got an op and a vandal, because why not? The rich get richer.
Here.
Unstable and elbow. Taking the swing. Rise was ready
Yeah, Decimate have been so ready for these elbow walks. I don't think Unstable has ever won one of those fights. You remember the round with the Outlaw, where it was Emluo swinging first with the heavy armor, deleting Unstable right there, totally prepared for the angle, destroyed. But now how do Decimate play the round out? Because they have the ability to sell a bit of a fake towards A. They still have Emluo with the wall. So if that wall goes down from mid to A, maybe looking at a very similar situation. Although, interestingly enough, Jazzykin's camera, I believe, has eyes onto double doors. So a fake would be much harder to commit into unless they end up breaking that. They could also just play for picks and then pop the ult right off of that, because why not?
Rise, so good already this map, and he's going to keep it going. Ult into the site. That Viper's pit is an issue, but that Viper is surrounded. There are so little options for Sabui. She has to take the duel in main. Zan wins it with the Sheriff. Cool. They're just winning every fight at this point. 5v1, Power Pixel. There's just no world where they can win this.
It's a really frustrating second half of the game. I think that was 5 rounds. I mean, assuming this one. 5 rounds in a row now for Decimate.
Yeah, from 6-1 to now a likely 6-6 here.
Just ridiculous. Also, like, looking at the scoreboard, Sabui was at like 14 kills on 7 rounds, or something ridiculous. Just dominating whenever they came into her. But then Decimate started playing these slow rounds with the feints into A frequently, and Sabui never felt comfortable. Okay, she couldn't have had 14 kills in 8 rounds because she only has 13 kills, but you get my point. It's been a while. It's been a bit of a drought for Sabui, but I think it's less to do with her, and it's more about how Decimate are calling around it. Sabui is never in a position, I feel, where she's actually taking opening fights on defense, because Decimate are playing into A, getting their pick, dodging around, and catching Passion Project off guard. Now it's Passion Project's opportunity to try and replicate some of that and play the field here. It's a very spread out pistol look with players mid, B, and halls.
If Passion Project is going to come back in this game, we need to see a lot more out of Unstable. They were so good on that first map, playing on the sky, being super impactful in those late rounds. But now they are Jet on the Jet map. Let's see what they can do. Zan taking that bold peek into mid, deals some damage, and backs away.
Curious to see this halls lurk too. 2 players moving up. Now there is a tripwire to catch them in this space. Zan wants to go for the clear. Now there's an attacking camera that may have just seen a shoulder go across that camera over into main. I see a ping that came through. Yeah.
Here.
They're going to wait. Yeah, that late round walk up though could be really punishing. Here comes the hit towards A.
Now they know.
Might just be a big, yeah, spotted by both sides though. That's info for Zan. And with the cage, they know Jazzy's here as well. Okay.
Look at that.
There's a smoke, there's a kill for each side. Power Pixel though coming online here on the KO, but now under a lot of pressure. Has to deal with Rise! How have they done that? Just a beautiful one tap on for the ace, honestly, at this point, if they could have dealt with carry, but they don't. 2v3, still winnable for Decimate, but Lazy Lion, a very forward angle, but no shots found. Misu wins it instead. Carry down 1v2. A retreat towards main for Passion Project.
Misu is the hero of the first pistol. Can she do it again with 2 players in main?
A crossfire. Time working in their favor. But Misu trying to get it done.
It's a bad plan.
Halfway. They're trying to spam her down. She's found one. 1v1 now. Dart onto Unstable. The spike needs to be held. The swing is through. And Unstable. It's the kill they needed in the moment they were needed.
We got a pick. We move in. Got it?
Another one of those right down to the wire. Look at that. All neck and neck there. And what a weird round too. Like, I just want to talk about for a second, like the Viper orb indoor somehow. I think Emluo was holding on to that for a retake to be able to smoke the spike or smoke off main, something like that. But ended up using that to fight into halls. It was really, really unique. A full Viper A setup. But I think Passion Project did a good job of fighting their way out of that setup. They walked into a ton of resistance, but won their fights, and that was the difference.
Wow, my eyes are I must wait a moment.
Jazzy again buying into this Outlaw. Should have a chance to employ it against these players walking up elbow.
Or not.
Cage triggered.
Well, tried to.
She employed it, she just couldn't get the job done.
That's true.
Look at these
Not
walls.
employee of the month this time.
Passion Project are going to be able to get out onto this A site. The spike not quite here. There's also no Viper wall yet for them. So Sabui's going to have to throw that down a little bit delayed, but it means full gas on that one. Lazy Lion up in front to get the opener. Some damage dealt back here, but Lazy Lion making good work of it.
You see, but that's a lot of damage. It's a 2v2 now. Lazy Lion is 29 health, one shot to that chair.
Jazzykin's low as well, and that Outlaw tougher to use in closer range. Great shot from Misu, but Jazzykins can't make it happen. Misu with the sheriff with the pistols is just unmatched.
Who are we to disobey?
What is this map?
Eco rounds galore.
We escaped from the chaos in that second quarter, but we are straight back to it in the third.
I love the pistols players just, jiggling back and forth,
Yep.
left, right. You can't hit me. You can't. Only got 12 bullets. Better
I
make that
have
one
two
stick.
keys on my keyboard, A and D.
Yeah, I love it. Also, look at the scoreboard. Like, the first 1, 2, 3 rounds, all the guaranteed round wins, it's back and forth, and then it's just streaks of both these teams.
Yeah.
This half starting off the same way.
Unstable fast mid-control with the dash over the castle, and now Zan gonna re-peek through bottom mid. These players could get cut off if that jet chooses the right timing.
Unstable's got to be everything for the team. Does Rise want to get aggressive looking at? Actually, check out that Viper wall. A really deep wall, but there's 2 players of Decimate in front of it. Going into this B site would be so tough with the wall, with everything. So Passion Project taking a play out of Decimate's book. Going the opposite way, fake into B, and now we go double doors. Zan in the corner, though, with the Sheriff, isn't gonna get it done. Unstable goes on through. That's gonna be a couple of rifles, and the site is open for a plant.
Not another low buy win. There was 1 hero rifle into this round, and now it's an advantaged post plant for Passion Project.
Sabui got a
What a
good
shot.
orb down as well. That's gonna cause some stall over towards stairs, towards yellow. Sabui maybe with a chance to fight into back sight. They give Sabui the rifle on 100 HP. And is going to be able to get it done. Great opener. Trades against carry.
3v2 now. Jazzy in mid spots out one, but the calm doesn't come in time, and Rise swings around for a double. Lazy Lion alone. 1v2. Spike in their favor, but Misu rips their head off. Decimate keep it under control.
Whew. Good little retake coming in right there. Especially Rise being
These
fully
rounds
aware.
are so scary.
Yeah, they're
So
all
scary.
sketch, but it just takes one person to cut through the noise and
Yes.
see like the 3 fights that are going on like fully around them. And right there it was Rise, winning the 1v1 on site, immediately wheeling around. That's a full 180. Seeing Jazzykins right behind her to get that kill, hugely important to secure that round.
I think Rise is having the most impactful 6-11 game anyone has ever had. Those 3 rounds toward the end of the last half, electric. That last round, so impactful again. I'm not just saying this because in the break she said that she wanted me to
Wait.
pass her games. I'm saying it
I
because I
feel like you're
believe it.
saying it because of that though.
No.
I feel like I can't trust anything you say anymore.
No.
You're just gassing her up because you know she's gonna listen.
No.
No, you're actually real.
I'm
You're
doing
actually
it because
real.
she's having an impactful game, and her util's been really good all map as well. And you
No,
got to credit her for some of those
I
calls in the
can't
first
even.
half
I
too.
can't even joke. You're real for that one. We'll see though, because right now it looks like Decimator stacked into the wrong side of the map. 3 players into halls. There's definitely a wrinkle, and this op needs to get out of there because they're closing the gap on Zan quickly. Unstable. That's the smoke dash, and that is full site control. It's gonna be a 5-on-5 retake.
That it will. Lazy Lion on this plant. And Decimate, everyone coming through spawn, unless they want to send a rewrap through halls, but even that's a risk that should be secured. Passion Project, okay, unstable. Nearly getting caught off there as they cross the op line of Zan.
Watch Carrie walk down hall. She is going for it. At the same time, Jazzykins is going double doors. They're going to get past the trips on both sides, and it'll just be Lazy Lion waiting for the flank.
Lazy Lion needs to win this fight. They do. 4v5 now. Flood into the pit. Unstable. Forward. Protecting their Viper with their life. Zabui has mollies to aid in that endeavor, but falls. That pit's going to go offline. Unstable needs to win in the chaos of this fight. Power Pixel. 1-for-1. It's only Amluo, and there's not enough time.
Great awareness from Passion Project right there. It's Lazy Lion knowing that, hey, there is this gap. The Halls walk down. We're giving it up, being ready for that. But also, as soon as Jazzykins makes her way into mid and sees through double doors, because the pit is so far to the left of sight, Jazzykins now has the backs of all those players inside the pit, so they can fully turn their attention to the right side of sight, look straight ahead, and that's how they're able to feel so comfortable going into all of those fights there. Very nicely done, but as you can see, it's still not perfect in the money camp after the chaos of these early rounds. It's a couple of Guardians still for Passion Project, and Decimate getting hugely aggressive. No one quite here as Jazzykins dodges away from the aggro, and that puts Rise in a pretty tough position to move out from.
Hunter's Fury getting popped. That's from Misu. Not mid, but it's not going to find anything. I think just maybe trying to blindly go off a dart there.
Crazy that Rise has found this reposition over to the box. If Passion Project were to late rotate into B, it could be problematic with how far forward Decimate were playing. Right. Passion Project was.
Ooh, Zan off that drone. He's going to try and take a fight all the way towards spawn, but the awareness is good from Passion Project.
Knife hits, maybe 2 there. I think Jazzykins dodged it. She did, but is seen and tagged up for a little bit as well, down to 55 HP. No longer comfortable. Even the Sheriff in Rise's hand could be enough. Zando playing in and around that wall, pushes forward, gets hers, gets her too, before eventually falling. Eyes turn to Rise on sight, but it's actually Misu and Carry from Halls and back sight. They're getting the job done. Decimator up 4 players to just the 1. And even as Jazzykins finds one on the way out, that spike is hopelessly left out in the open. A crossfire to mean there's no way to get back in. And she's got to move out for the save.
I love the proactivity from Decimate in the mid round there. At about 40 seconds, they're re-darting mid. Then they're taking a timing with the drone, sending the jet up there. They're fully aware that no one can be lurking through that space, that it's a guaranteed B hit, so they get their jet in that forward off angle that completely obliterates that hit. Really lovely stuff from them on this defense.
One of my cameras is broken. Oh, wait.
It was multiple different waves of that look as well, because it was Rise and Zan walking down, taking those very far forward fights, and then repositioning, right? Rise went over to the little box for a second. You had Zan actually boost up on top of Elbow. That's not expected for any Passion Project players rotating around. It is very fluid and making it hard for Passion Project to guess exactly what it is. It reminds me a lot of Decimate's attacking side, where they were never in the same place for too long, and it definitely tells you why they wanted to go into this map second.
We're starting to get into the real dangerous territory for Passion Project. Critical round to win here if they want to avoid going to a third. They want to close out now. Blade Storm, 3 rifles.
Be big for them, because there's just a little jet over there right now. Right now they're set up for that mid fight, and there's actually no trip in Halls. Jazzykins, one of the few rifles in this round, has the camera to play off of, but she's going to wait for her team to make that aggression into the B site before she makes her move in deeper.
It feels wild to invest one of your hero rifles onto a solo lurk play. Jazzy needs value.
They've got 3 rifles, they've got the knives, they've got Hunter's Fury, so it is not looking too bad just yet. And it is literally just Zan here on the off angle, needs to find something, but Utility will force her back before getting too much damage down.
Dash procs, but that's not going to be able to pop with the suppression. Still putting pressure on Zan. So much util in her face, and the jumping right click is enough. Jazzy activates for hers.
She got hers. She gets a second one as well. Jazzykins is doing a miracle up through that space. It's perfect timing on that round. And now stepping out, coming back into her. Jazzykins is good for 3. Into backside carry goes, but it doesn't matter. Jazzykins just won that round.
I doubted the rifle lurk when he only got 3 of them, but Jazzy makes good on it, picks her timings to perfection, and wins every damn fight.
And Jazzykins has so much freedom there, right? Calling her team to go into that B site, knowing all she has to do is have that aggression go, and footsteps are going to come through. And because Decimate were so stacked towards the A site, it turns out even better on that lurk than it should be. Usually there's 2, maybe 3 players running through that space. There were 4 players there. She was able to kill the vents there too. It was absolute perfection from Jazzykins. And Passion Project are inching closer and closer to 10.
You also have to credit Passion Project there, but we need to focus on the here and now. Zan was on a walk up down halls, but gets spotted by a KO. No way you drop here.
Drop a classic.
Drop a classic, drop through
Just
with the
for fun.
knives. There's a chance.
It's always
of
good
it,
you can
but-
drop a classic down there and fake that you actually dropped yourself. Someone close enough that might not be comfortable hearing the footstep of the fall would hear that open, but bit of an old trick here. I don't think Decimate would be, or Passion Project would be fooled.
Dash open top, unstable. Nice stuff there. A complete punish onto Carry.
Passion Project are playing quick here when they're executing to B, and it's working wonders for them. Decimate got 3 stacked towards arches now. Still waiting for a fight to come their way. They're dashing back into sight. Zan up and in. Is able to find one with the knives and a second before being shut down by Unstable. All of a sudden, Decimate have a chance here. It's 3-on-3, and creeping forward is Misu. Unstable, though, on the 3K. Just steps right onto Misu's head. It's not just done just yet. Unstable, waiting for their moment. Pops up, sees a shoulder. Remembers where Rise is. Back in for another. And waits, knows a player is creeping up on them, and back on in for 4. Time is ticking away. The round surely over, but the ace still a possibility. Unstable waits for it and secures it. That's 5 on the round for Unstable, and Passion Project get their 9th.
Unstable. Continuing the dominance in this match. It was a slow first half for them, but they are coming online with the iBuyPower ace here in the second. Honestly, well, the whole ace is incredible. That first setup to punish the Cypher, the most impressive to me. They've managed consistently on Passion Project to deal with these solo B anchors and get that site for free. Decimate is going to have to put more resources into that defense.
Mimi, I think Unstable had 3 dashes that round. They used the first one
Wait,
to
I
get into
think
the
you're
site and
right.
refreshed it twice.
When is the last time you saw that? Like,
I don't
literally
know.
never.
I made the joke about, Unstable playing Tracer earlier, but they actually had 3 dashes.
That's wild. Just give Jet 3 dashes. Cowards.
Why not? What's the worst that could happen? She used to have 3 smokes.
Yeah.
You can always take them away later.
Unstable really earned him in that round, though.
Right
It's an
here.
eco for Decimate, but that doesn't mean that this round is off the cards.
If there's another eco, I am going to lose my mind, Mimi.
There shouldn't be a way.
There's just been too many of them.
Nah, it shouldn't happen.
many.
They just
I
have
mean,
to deal with Zan.
Zan has a Marshall.
Gets a
That's
tag.
good damage. That's 101.
Dash away, though. Should be alright here. Rise. A flash ready around that corner and a kill
Hold
through
the
the smoke.
phone.
There should still be no way. Unstable's going to deal with this round. A push forward doesn't get it onto Rise. And Rise is still fighting,
30
has
seconds
support
left.
too. There's darts coming in. The time is getting low, but there's a flank from Sabui. And that might be what they need to secure this round, to cut through that noise. Another swing, another dance of death for Sabui. The door closes, and her life is gone too. 4v3, how is this doable? Retake for Decimate, Unstable alone, no dash this time, just needs to win these fights, and gets it. Another opportunity, and another chance cut down.
Look at the flank in main.
3v2.
Look at the flank. Carrie's come around. Taking her time on this one. Knows Hunter's Fury has to go in, and Carrie finds her mark. Another in the corner. Lazy Lion finds the kill, but it's going closer to half. 49 HP down to 9 and a half, and it's Emluo to close it out.
Thrifty.
How
The
have they done
Thrifties
that?
just keep coming.
How?
It's a disaster.
I'm aghast.
I mean, it starts with Zan getting a shot, chipping down. Then Rise, I think, finds a headshot randomly through smoke. Of course, the Hall's lurk fails. As the door closes, Emluo goes in for the kill.
Enemy remaining.
And then Carrie deciding to throw that lurk right back at him. And that comes after Lazy Lion previously shut down that lurk. So Carrie goes to that play fully knowing that Passion Project are aware of it, but says, I don't care, I'm going to beat you anyway. And then she does. Just that good.
That is quite possibly a map-losing eco round there. Passion Project had their hands back on Breeze, and it is slipped through. Pivotal swing round here.
Passion Project have played a lot of full 3-map series so far. In main event, it was just their first game against Infinity X that was a 2-0. Everything else down to the wire. Thought maybe this could be the map where they push it, make it clean and easy going into the lower final, but Losing this would give another map of Sunset of Tape, assuming they win that and going into the lower bracket. It's not done just yet. Few players spotted out by the KO knife that landed into B main, and that means Zan is fully ready for players to come in here.
Drone spots out Zan, but they stick around. Shot won't connect onto anything. The next opportunity! She knocks it out the park! Zan again continues to swing, continues to fight, and finds everything she needs. Is there another chance, another opportunity to hit a shot? There's no way she misses it. Reload on the operator. And Passion Project are flash, and they are gone! Zan! What the hell?
Couldn't have said it better myself, Phoebe! What the hell?
Those shots are ridiculous.
The crazy, like the first one, tracking the updraft dashing jet, that was an incredible shot. But then everything else, just these quick scope. Like, what are these?
What is that?
Like, she is swinging into angles on the quick scope, surprising everyone in the server, but not herself.
I feel like I'm watching like a montage prefaced by the aliens are leaving us, the animals aren't contacting us. It's absurd, and Zan's gonna go for it again. Swing into main. But dash expiring. And Rye's actually getting in this close corner. A dart in hand? What is going on? Lazy Lion lives somehow, but they're up halls. Zan gets a collateral! Zan again! It's non-stop action for her! And her team is just cutting everyone else down to size 13 to 9. Okay.
Zan just got a collat op shot from A main inside of cave, shooting 2 attackers that were coming out of the door in halls. What is going on?
I am befuddled by this map of Breeze. The amount of eco rounds, the amount of individual ridiculous moments from players like Zan. It's just too much. But that means we got an exciting third map ahead. There's only 1 slot left in the lower final. It's elimination here in Game Changers after the break.